Sustainability focuses on meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future to meet their needs. It is defined as the place where economy, social realities, and environmental health overlap. Corporate sustainability can be achieved in two ways: environmental sustainability and social sustainability. Environmental sustainability is concerned with carbon footprint, which refers to greenhouse gas emissions and our consumption of natural resources and the concept of the circular economy. Social sustainability refers to a company's citizenship role within the communities it operates. Companies are held responsible for the social impact of practices that are implemented throughout their entire supply chain. For a company to incorporate sustainability, they must be willing to change at every level, from procurement to production to logistics. Current supply chain management is failing to operate at a sustainable level. With the rapid increase of global warming, it has now become essential that companies engage in sustainable practices. Businesses need to evolve towards being more sustainable and behave in socially and environmentally responsible ways. Supply chain management plays a central role in fulfilling a firm's sustainability objectives. Increased focus on sustainability has led to the introduction of the concept of the triple bottom line. The triple bottom line focuses on people, planet, and profits all as being equal. This is a framework used for companies to evaluate their performance with a broader perspective. It demands that a company's responsibility lies with all stakeholders of the company and not just the shareholders.
We looked at Starbucks as a company that took sustainability into account when managing its supply chain. In 2008, Starbucks' supply chain was failing. Sales had fallen by 10%, but cost of production had risen from $750 million to $825 million in the same period. A cost analysis by Kevin Johnson, CEO of Starbucks, revealed excessive outsourcing. 65 to 70% of Starbucks' supply chain operating expenses were tied to outsourcing agreements for transportation, third-party logistics, and contract manufacture. He said outsourcing had been used to allow the supply chain to expand rapidly to keep up with the store openings, but the outsourcing had led to significant cost inflation. Instead of trying to cut costs by punishing their labourers in Brazil, Ethiopia, and Panama, Starbucks addressed these outsourcing problems and began to implement sustainable practices for their farmers in these third world countries.
Starbucks realised its responsibility and their shortcomings in relation to sustainability and focused on these issues since the early 1970s. They concentrated on improvement in its management of coffee supply base as the main section of the supply chain used to improve overall company sustainability. Starbucks tried to increase its share of fair trade coffee, but the reality was that its demand for the drink far outnumbered the supply of fair trade coffee beans. Starbucks realised that sustainability is an ongoing journey and that they could not become sustainable overnight. Sustainable practices have increased to a point where now all of their espresso roast served in Europe, the Middle East and Africa is 100% certified. This allows the individual coffee growers to invest in their farms and communities. Starbucks promotes social sustainability by giving credit to the coffee bean farmers to buy school materials for their children to allow for a more educated next generation of coffee bean growers. Part of the price farmers receive goes towards the purchase of organic pesticides, which increases production and improves soil quality. Improving soil quality is one way of securing the fertility of the land to produce the beans, not just for the current generation, but also for the future ones too.
Starbucks also achieves sustainability through environmental awareness. They committed to being LEED certified stores. Leadership in energy and environmental design is a scalable green building program for retail companies. Starbucks now have 583 LEED stores in 19 countries. Starbucks also have a 30-year legacy in their efforts to reduce the environmental impacts of their to-go cups and have offered discounts to customers with reusable cups since 1987. Overall, it is clear that Starbucks are performance-driven through the lens of humanity. We believe they are a great example of a company that uses sustainable practices throughout their supply chain to create value for the company.